Pfizer-BioNTech and Moderna are two different mRNA vaccines approved for COVID-19. Although they are developed on the similar platform, there are a lot of differences between them. Let's compare these two vaccines today. As I have told, both the vaccines are mRNA vaccine. This is a new technology, so we do not know much about it till date. Both vaccines were found to have efficacy above 90%. In case of Pfizer-BioNTech, the vaccine efficacy was 95% in preventing symptomatic COVID-19 at least 7 days after the second dose. In case of Moderna, the vaccine efficacy was 94.1% in preventing symptomatic COVID-19 14 days after the second dose. In case of Pfizer, the gap between first and second dose is 21 days. And in case of Moderna, the gap between first and second dose is 28 days. In case of Pfizer, the amount of vaccine given is 30 microgram, while in case of Moderna, it is 100 microgram. Both has to be kept at cold temperature. For Pfizer, it is minus 70 degrees centigrade, and for Moderna, it is 20 degrees centigrade. Most of the low-income countries cannot afford these two vaccines because they don't have this ultra-cold storage facility. Let's now see the real-world efficacy of these two vaccines. In a recent study, it was found that in case of preventing infection 14 days after the second dose, Moderna has effectiveness of 86% and Pfizer has effectiveness of 76%. This data was collected from US during January to July, and at this time the Delta variant was slowly becoming dominant during June and July. Before this, Alpha variant was dominating. So this 86% and 76% efficacy accounts for both Alpha variant and Delta variant. In case of hospitalization, Moderna was 91.6% effective and Pfizer was 85% effective. Another study was conducted from June to August when the Delta variant was dominant, and it was found that Pfizer effectiveness was 77% while Moderna has effectiveness of 92%. So it seems that Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine effectiveness is less in case of Delta surge. In case of ICU admission, the vaccine efficacy was 87% for Pfizer-BioNTech and 93.3% for Moderna from January to July. Now let's go a bit deep into the data and let's see how vaccine efficacy was during each month from January to July. This will let us know how much vaccine effectiveness was there when Alpha variant was dominant and what was the vaccine effectiveness when Delta variant was dominant. The blue dot represents Pfizer and the red dot represents Moderna. During February, the vaccine effectiveness in both cases was almost 100% in preventing SARS-CoV-2 infection. In March, the effectiveness was also high, and in these 2 months, Alpha variant was dominant. In April, the vaccine effectiveness was similar and Alpha variant was dominant, but Delta variant started emerging. In May, the vaccine effectiveness was similar when Alpha variant was dominant, but Delta started increasing. By June, you can see Delta variant was dominant and the vaccine efficacy dropped. By July, when Delta was dominating, the vaccine efficacy for Moderna was 76% and for Pfizer it was 42%. So it seems that Moderna performs better in preventing SARS-CoV-2 infection compared to Pfizer-BioNTech when Delta variant is dominant. That is, Pfizer is less effective against Delta variant. However, in case of hospitalization, there was not much difference between both the vaccines. Both provided good amount of protection. And what about breakthrough infection? That is infection after vaccination. It was found that individuals vaccinated with Moderna had twofold reduced risk of breakthrough infection compared to Pfizer-BioNTech. That is, Pfizer-BioNTech is likely to cause double the number of breakthrough infections compared to Moderna. However, the complications experienced by the patient with breakthrough infection were similar in both cases. So, from the real-world data, it seems that Moderna is better in handling the Delta variant compared to Pfizer-BioNTech. But in both cases, breakthrough infections are occurring, which leads to the question, do we need boosters? In case of Pfizer, from the Israel study, we know that there is 53% more risk of infection when one is vaccinated early in January and February. So it seems that antibody is waning and booster might be a good idea. It was found that third booster shot significantly increases the antibody level and it exceeds than those seen in the two primary doses. So participants should be given booster shots 8 to 9 months after the second dose. Pfizer-BioNTech shots are already given in Israel and US has also approved for booster shots for adults above 65 and individuals who are at high risk aged between 18 to 64. In case of Moderna, people who were vaccinated 8 months before were at low risk of breakthrough infection compared to people who were vaccinated 13 months before. This suggests that antibody waning is there and thus booster shot is required. And it was found that booster induced robust immune response against different variants. It was also found that side effects were same in case of booster shots as compared to the second dose. Since I am talking about side effects, let's see in general what are the side effects for both the vaccines. The most common side effects are pain in injection site, redness and swelling. One might feel tired, have headache, muscle pain, chills, fever, nausea, joint pain. This happens within 48 hours of vaccination and should go away within few days. Muscle pain and joint pain were more in Moderna compared to Pfizer-BioNTech. Other rare side effects are myocarditis and pericarditis, which are inflammation of the heart muscle and outer lining of the heart respectively. Myocarditis and pericarditis occur in both Pfizer-BioNTech and Moderna vaccine, especially in the male, adolescent and young adults. It is more after the second dose. Usually it occurs within several days after vaccination. Symptoms to look for are chest pain, shortness of breath, feeling of having fast beating, fluttering or pounding heart. Please seek medical care if any of these symptoms develop within a week after vaccination. However, most of them will get better on its own without any treatment. Another rare but significant side effect of Moderna and Pfizer-BioNTech is anaphylaxis, which is severe allergic reaction. This is treatable with epinephrine. So consult your doctor if you have any history of severe allergy. Pfizer-BioNTech is recommended for everyone 12 years and above, while Moderna is recommended for 18 years and above. Trials are ongoing on children. That's it for today guys. If you found this video informative, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more updates. Thank you.